And next, ladies and gentlemen, would not be a one-on-one speaker session as we saw just now, but it would be a panel discussion. Would have an array of speakers presenting their views and their insights, and we would have a moderator along. So, ladies and gentlemen, before we start that, we'd like to have a collaboration on investing in Pakistan's growth-oriented impact economy, and Patamar Capital and Seed Ventures signed partnership agreement. So for the signing of partnership agreement, we'd like to ask those delegates involved to please come up on stage. Yes, this signing ceremony would be on the collaboration on investing in Pakistan's growth-oriented impact economy with Patamar Capital and Seed Ventures. Please give them the biggest round of applause. This signing ceremony is undoubtedly extremely important to the growth of Pakistan, and that is between Patamar Capital and Seed Ventures. May future collaborations continue to be fruitful, successful, and everlasting. And gentlemen, afterwards, I'd like to hand you over the mic to maybe say a few words regarding this partnership.
Right. Thank you so much. Thank you, Asfar, for actually giving us the opportunity to do it here. Basically, Nathan and myself, we met earlier this year in NDU. And again, the conversation went on. And then we met Bo in Singapore a few months back. Pakistan's impact economy has grown tremendously. We've been involved for the past 10 years in seed stage investment and ecosystem development. And with the vision and the experience of Patamar Capital across Southeast Asia, I think this is a great opportunity to explore the deal flow and the wealth that has been created in Pakistan and develop unicorns for the rest of the world. And I think the timing of this agreement is extremely opportune because the overall economy, including the government's interest, the stakeholders' maturity is very much there. We've had some very, very good meetings in the past two days, and I think the overall appetite as well as the opportunities that exist has kind of excited Patamar. But it would be great if you could actually share some words.
Yeah, just to echo with what you're saying, we're very excited about being here in Pakistan and actually starting to make some investments in some Pakistani companies, and then hopefully help them with what we've learned through the region, but then also help them scale as they move into other markets. We, as Nathan mentioned a little bit earlier, we have offices in 7 countries, learned quite a bit. I even remember 8 years ago when we first started investing into Indonesia, I think there was $30 million worth of venture capital deals done that year. If you look at it now, it's radically different. I mean, I even remember when I showed up in Jakarta, and kind of to go with what you were saying a little bit, our portfolio company, Mapan, which is also known as Ruma, Aldi shared an office space actually with the Gojek guys. And so imagine Gojek being 3 people and Ruma being about 10 times larger at the time. Now those 2 companies are working together. Ruma was bought by Gojek. And so when we first predicted who would buy our portfolio company Ruma, Gojek barely existed, and they were our exit. So we think, some very similar things are going to happen here in Pakistan. There's going to be companies that you've never even thought would exist, which will exist a couple years from now, and they'll be household names. I mean, think back a couple years ago before Kareem was here in Karachi. No one would have ever dreamed it, right? So, from our perspective, that's what's really going to change. And we just want to be a part of that journey, and working with Faraz and the Seed Ventures team is a really exciting thing for us. Every time that we go into a new market, we like to work with folks who are highly skilled, highly knowledgeable, and highly connected, and then also work with local families. really maximize the impact of what we're trying to accomplish and what the entrepreneurs that we invest in are trying to accomplish.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. There it is, ladies and gentlemen, the trailblazers and the highlight of the growth of Pakistan through the signing ceremony. And next, we'd like to welcome all the photographers to please capture this great moment. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, please give them a big hand. Yes, I remember the story of Gojek because I personally had interviewed the founder, Nadim, myself, since 5 years ago, and back then Gojek was nothing. It was unheard of, but it only took so many interviews for him to work so hard year by year, and now it is basically a country because Gojek alone and the participants of it and the recipients of their service has already surpassed hundreds of millions.